Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a kind of an interesting video for you. I actually have a banana plant with me and I'm going to be planting it right behind me in that hole over there. And this is a very interesting banana plant because it is one that actually can survive the temperatures around here. I live in central Rhode Island. We are zone 6B right here. So the average minimum temperature gets down to about 0 to -10. Typically we get like 1 or 2 nights every year that get down into the negatives. The last few years it hasn't really been too cold, so I have high hopes for this. This supposedly can survive down to about -20, but it does need severe mulching. Like you need to really mulch it a lot for it to survive in colder climates. So it'll be interesting to see what this is going to do. It is actually the 4th of July right now, so I'm planting this a little late. I did want to plant it like in May. This actually is a sucker from the mother plant. I'm going to be planting that in this yard as well. I just don't have it here yet, so I'm going to be planting it sometime soon, probably like in the next week or so. That's significantly bigger than this. This I would say is probably like maybe 2 feet tall, I would say, to the very top of it, which you can see it has this new leaf right on top that's kind of uncurling. And it's in pretty good shape. This plant is only a few months old because I think in March I separated it from the mother plant. And the only thing that you can see on it is there's a little bit of tip burn on it. That's pretty much just, I believe it's from not getting watered enough. There was a couple hot days where I just didn't water it, so the pot got a little dry. But it still survived pretty well, and it's really healthy now. And I think now that it'll be in the ground, it'll really start to take off, especially now that we're getting some like mid to high 80-degree temperatures. So it definitely should start to do a lot better now. But I'm gonna go ahead and plant it in the ground, and we're just gonna see what happens with this year. So as you can see, I have the hole dug right here. It's not a very big hole. I just want to dig a little circle for now. Eventually this whole area is going to be, instead of being grass, it's going to be planter beds, but we're going to slowly do that. So I just want to start with this plant for now, see what it does. But we're going to go ahead and plant it right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some garden soil to it. I got Miracle-Gro garden soil. This actually was just in the garage, so I might as well just use it up. And then right here, this is some blood meal. Banana plants need a lot of nitrogen in order to grow nice and big. So this banana plant is supposed to grow pretty tall every year, anywhere in between like 10 and 15 feet if you have one singular plant. And then if you decide to let like a clump grow, then it won't grow as much as a regular banana plant. But I'm just gonna see what happens. I've got the one that's here, and then I'm gonna grow a second one that has a couple suckers on it, so it'll be interesting to see how that grows in a group. But the blood meal is definitely going to help it get really tall and also keep it nice and dark green, and it'll add some really nice tropical foliage. All right, let's get planting. So I got all the garden soil mixed in. It's just gonna help with the native soil to add some better soil that will help the banana plant and also kind of loosen it up a little bit more. And then now I'm gonna add some of this blood meal. Now that this is all mixed in, I'm going to go ahead and plant the banana. Now you can see the banana plant has definitely a good root system. It's not root bound yet, so I figured now was a good time to plant this because it was like just starting to get enough roots in the pot. But it's a very healthy plant, and I think it's going to do even better in the landscape. looks pretty good right here. However, there is one more thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna mulch this area to help prevent any weeds from growing and also to hold in moisture for when I water this, especially on really hot days. The moisture can help keep the soil, the actual soil that it's in, cool and moist. Alright, so that's pretty much it for planting this. I think it's going to do really, really well out here. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with it. I have had these before in the past, but I've never actually planted them outside. I've kind of just had them as houseplants, so it will be very interesting to see what does happen. Now, if you are interested in getting one of these plants for yourself, like I said, I believe this grows from a zone 4 to 10, I think, or something like that, but it is down to a very cold temperature. Just if you live in a cold environment, you do have to mulch it in the winter. And I will do a video on that in the fall when I do have to mulch it. It doesn't really happen until the first frost anyway, so that won't really happen until October for around here. However, I actually ordered this plant online. I didn't get it from any stores, so anybody who really wants to get this plant most likely can. And I got it through, if you do order any plants online, I'm sure you've seen this before, there's a lot of seed catalogs and other plant catalogs that they send you through the mail. This one specifically is Burgess, and I do believe this is what I ordered the plant from. I get so many of them that I have no idea what it is. But if you go on to the first page right here, then it'll show you cold hardy banana. I don't know if it'll focus. Right here it says cold hardy banana, and this one says you can get them for about 12 bucks each, so they're not like super expensive. I think I ordered one plant, but the great thing about bananas is that they have suckers, and I'll actually show you that real quick. So this is another banana plant that I have. This is a different type. I think it's called a Musa Cavendish, I believe. And you can see that, well, this is the main plant, the mother plant. You can see there's some small ones underneath. There's 1, 2, and then I think a third one right down there. And what you can do is you can take like a trowel or something, and you can cut the baby plant from the mother plant. You just want to let it grow a little bit so that way it gets bigger. I can do another video on this as well. But you can see I actually separated this one from the mother plant before, and you can see that it's doing really well now. And I did just want to say one more thing too. If you decide that you do want to plant this yourself, just one thing to keep in mind is if you are transplanting it from a pot to the landscape, then you just want to make sure that wherever the top of the plant meets the ground, you want to keep it there. So you don't want to bury it too far so that way it gets choked out, because that could potentially kill the plant. And that is pretty much something for all plants, especially trees and shrubs, but especially this too. You just want to make sure that you don't bury it too much, and it should do really great. The other thing is you just want to make sure that you thoroughly water it every day. Banana plants are pretty heavy feeders, and they do like a lot of water as well. So if you do plant it either in a pot or the landscape and it's outside, you just want to make sure that if you're not getting a lot of rainwater, to water it thoroughly every single day, just so that way the plant doesn't dry out. Because you can see that mine, even though I watered it pretty often, there still was a little bit of burn on the leaves. And that's how you can kind of tell from the banana plants. If they're not super happy, typically the ends will lose a little bit of color. They'll kind of turn like brown and crispy. But that's pretty much it besides that. If you have any more questions about the banana plant, then you can go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I'll send a link into Burgess if you do want to order the plant as well. Like I said, it's not super expensive, but if you only want to order one plant and then you want more for the future, you can just wait for it to have suckers. Besides that, hope you guys liked the video. Drop a like if you did like this, and if you want to see more like this, I will definitely be providing some update videos on this plant as well. Maybe I'll do like a monthly update to see like how much it grows every month, but it'll be a really interesting experiment. But besides that, hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.